Not only is Animal Kingdom one of my favorite Disney parks I've ever been to, it's one of my favorite theme parks, period. I absolutely love that place. I went a couple times as a kid, but I've been a few times as an adult with the ability of critical thinking. So today we're going to rank my favorite rides at Animal Kingdom. Before we get started, I just wanted to give a massive thank you to everyone watching this video. I recently passed 5,000 subscribers because my Avengers Campus review video absolutely took off. So thank you so much for the support on that video. And if you're new here, please subscribe as well. Please like this video. Please leave a comment down below. I'm a pretty small theme park channel. I'm really excited to see this channel grow, and I hope to keep that going. So thank you so much. We're going to start things off with two honorable mentions that pretty recently closed, because at this point in time, Animal Kingdom is pretty much beginning a transformation. Animal Kingdom has always been one of the highest quality parks at Walt Disney World, so Disney doesn't really give it that much attention on a regular basis. So this is a pretty rare occurrence for Animal Kingdom and for Disney as a whole. Like, since it's opened, it's basically only had two major investments with Expedition Everest and then obviously with Pandora: The World of Avatar in 2017. And at this point in time, they're turning towards Dinoland USA and they're updating it into the tropical Americas. So I'm really interested to see how this transformation goes. I know a lot of people are kind of salty that Dinosaur is closing, but I'm really hyped to see the Carnival, the Chester and Hester's Dinorama go away, because that's easily the weakest area in Animal Kingdom. Speaking of which, number 8, the worst ride at Animal Kingdom that I've ever ridden is Triceratops Spin, which is basically just a Dumbo clone. It's kind of insane how many of these spinning rides existed at Walt Disney World, so I don't care at all that Disney is removing this ride. It's probably the least charming. Like, the 3 at Magic Kingdom were all better than Triceratops Spin, so it's really not that big a deal. Number 7 is Primeval Whirl. I only got to ride this once, so the coaster enthusiast in me is pretty salty that I only got 1 out of the 2 credits. But I mean, like, it's a fine Wild Mouse. You can literally find this at Fun Spot Kissimmee. So if you miss Primeval Whirl, just head down the road and take a lap on their spinning Wild Mouse. This is a very generic ride. Like, I literally have one at my local fair. You can find these rides pretty much anywhere, so the fact that Disney dedicated the real estate and the money to maintain and operate this ride is pretty crazy. And as I said, I'm not really a fan of Chester and Hester's Dinorama, which is themed to like a roadside carnivore. It's themed to a roadside carnival, which doesn't really fit well with the rest of the park, because the rest of Animal Kingdom is insanely detailed. It's insanely well themed. Like, aside from Dinoland, we have 2 major areas themed to continents, and then of course you have Pandora: The World of Avatar, which we will talk about later. But Dinoland USA is absolutely the weakest area in Animal Kingdom right now, so I'm really excited that Disney is giving this area attention, and it's going to make Animal Kingdom even better when this area is completed. But we're gonna move on to number 6, which is the first attraction on this list that is still operating, and that is Kali River Rapids. So in case you didn't know, I'm a local to Disneyland, so I know the rides at Disneyland way better than I know the rides at Walt Disney World. And this is Disney World's version of Grizzly River Run. So it has a lot of the same elements, even though it is in a completely different environment. For Grizzly River Run, the geysers are at the finale of the attraction, but for Kali River Rapids, it's at the beginning after the lift hill, which is pretty interesting. This does have like some degree of a plot, unlike Grizzly River Run. Like, there's an environmental message, because right before the big drop, you go through this land clearing site and there's like a truck falling into the water. One thing I will say is that Grizzly River Run is definitely more fun. It's more aggressive because the rafts are smaller, so they get pushed around in the rapids a lot more easily. Because Kali River Rapids has much bigger rafts, it takes a lot more to move them. Grizzly River Run also has 2 drops compared to the 1 drop on Kali River Rapids. That 1 drop is pretty well themed. It's like in the middle of a canyon, which is really cool, so it's really pretty. I also love the view of Expedition Everest that you get on Kali River Rapids. That might honestly be the best part of this attraction. But this is absolutely a really fun ride. Like, I love my raft rides, and it's probably one of the best that I've ridden. I do prefer Grizzly River Run, but this one is still really, really good. I feel bad ranking it so low, but Animal Kingdom doesn't really have a quantity of attractions. But it definitely has the quality. So this is not an attraction that deserves to be last place. Like, when the Tropical Americas are done, they're going to have a carousel, and that's definitely going to rank lower than Kali River Rapids. So I feel bad ranking it this low for now, but this is a temporary thing. But Kali River Rapids is blended into the themed area very, very well. It's really pretty just to watch and hang out in. which I can say about a majority of Animal Kingdom. It's just so much fun to hang out in this park. But we're going to move on to number 5, which is Na'vi River Journey in Pandora, the World of Avatar. Pandora is absolutely one of my favorite theme park lands of all time. It's probably number 1 if I'm being honest. I love this area so much. So it does make me a little sad that I'm ranking this ride so low, but it's just such a small scale ride. Like, I kind of wish that they went with a full scale boat ride. It looks like Disneyland is going to get a full scale boat ride when our Pandora opens. So I'm beyond excited for that. But this one basically only has like one animatronic, and that animatronic is really, really impressive. Like, it's absolutely the highlight of the ride, and the music is really, really good. It's very, very catchy, and I love the atmosphere in Na'vi River Journey. Like, the lighting is just absolutely beautiful. So it's a total vibe, but the popularity of Pandora combined with the pretty small boats means that this ride gets a huge wait time. So whenever you wait in that long line that doesn't move very fast, you usually get off pretty unsatisfied because, again, it is a short ride experience and you only have like one animatronic. I do wish that they put more effort into this ride and they kind of made it like Animal Kingdom's version of Pirates of the Caribbean, like a full-scale boat ride. Like, it feels like Na'vi River Journey is missing the drop into the second half of the ride. Like, it's really just half of a boat ride, if we're being honest. But it is really cute. It's really fun. I really love the atmosphere. But because it is so short, it does rank this low. But moving on to number 4, this ride is on the chopping block. It is Dinosaur, back in Dinoland, USA. At the time of this recording, it has not closed yet, but Chester and Hester's Dinorama has. So Dinosaur is going to close at some point in the future to be rethemed to Indiana Jones. So I'm really excited for that. I'm like 100% certain that that is going to be an upgrade to what Dinosaur is right now. Because right now, Dinosaur is a lot of darkness. Like, it's a lot of nothing, and then a dinosaur pops up. Like, the story of this ride is that we're going back in time, but one of the scientists hijacks our trip so that he could capture a dinosaur that he wants to research. And because it has to be exciting, it has to happen like right before the meteor hits. So the entire ride experience is a race against time to capture the dinosaur that the scientist wants before we all die. So, like, some of the visuals with the meteors coming down, especially towards the end of the attraction, are really well done. And some of the interactions with, like, the T-Rex are pretty intimidating. But overall, it's just nowhere near the quality of Indiana Jones at Disneyland, which has set design basically through the entire attraction. That's a very detailed ride experience, so I'm interested to see if Disney is going to invest in this attraction to make it just as detailed as the version that already exists at Disneyland. Like, apparently it's going to have a different plot. It's going to be more animal driven because obviously this is Animal Kingdom. And when you think of Indiana Jones, you don't really think of an animal franchise, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. I do trust them, so I think it's going to be an upgrade. Right now, Dinosaur is just a good ride, but it doesn't reach the heights of greatness that Indiana Jones absolutely does, which is why it ranks at number 4. Just like Indiana Jones, the ride system on this ride is absolutely breathtaking. It's so much fun. It's crazy how innovative this ride is. And the ride system is honestly a perfect fit for Animal Kingdom. So I'm just beyond excited for this upgrade. But moving on to number 3 is Kilimanjaro Safari in the Africa section of Animal Kingdom. This ride is why Animal Kingdom is one of the largest theme parks in the country. Like, if you look at a park map of Animal Kingdom, basically half of the map is Kilimanjaro Safaris. Like, this isn't even a ride, pretty much. It's an experience. But so honestly, it's really hard to rank. Like, this is unlike any other Disney ride ever. It very much is a safari if you haven't been on this thing. There are so many different animals that you see. Like, Disney does a great job of blending everything together so it looks like you're actually in the wild and not in a zoo. So it is really, really well done. It's a very long experience. Like, obviously this is one of the most popular attractions at Animal Kingdom, but unlike Na'vi River Journey, when you get off of Kilimanjaro Safaris, you are absolutely satisfied because it's such a long experience. Like, the driver definitely plays a big role. Like, they walk you through the exhibits and everything. They give you fun facts. They give you time to look at all the animals. Like, they literally pace your experience because they're actually the driver. And they obviously know their stuff. So it's very, very impressive. So it's absolutely worth the wait. And it's 100% something that you have to do when you're at Animal Kingdom. This probably has the best mass appeal for any attraction at Animal Kingdom. Like, everyone and their mom is going to want to do this when they visit Animal Kingdom because it's very accessible. It's not scary at all. So I feel like that's why it is so popular. It is definitely an experience, but it's not my favorite because I am absolutely a rides person, if you couldn't tell from my channel. so it's just not my thing entirely. Moving on to number 2 is Expedition Everest. I absolutely love this ride, dude. This is probably one of the roller coasters that made me a roller coaster enthusiast. Back when I was a kid, I was afraid of roller coasters, including this one, but I was absolutely fascinated by it. Like, I'd always watch like those Disney videos about how the Yeti is broken, and or just about the ride system itself and how there's switch tracks that make it go backwards, and the amount of detail that they put into researching this ride by going to Nepal to visit the Himalayas and Mount Everest. And a lot of that research is shown in the queue with the museum. So it's just very, very detailed. This might be the most heavily themed roller coaster of all time. Like, that mountain is absolutely huge, and the ride is very, very well done. I actually made a full review video for this attraction, which I definitely recommend that you check out. This is one of my all-time favorite Disney rides. I absolutely love Expedition Everest, and I really, really hope that they fix the Yeti one day, because it would be an absolute spectacle to ride this ride and see that animatronic working like it was intended to. The Disco Yeti, the strobe light actually works pretty well, because when you go by it pretty quickly, and honestly when you're in the front row, you can't tell how you're gonna pass it, so it looks like it's actually moving because you're going so quickly, and then the strobe light only gives you glimpses at it, so it's like that illusion, like in the dark the creature moves. So that's low-key scary. And when you're in the front row, you don't see anyone in front of you, so it's just you, a black void, and a Yeti that you can barely see. So that can be like low-key terrifying. But again, I would absolutely prefer that they fix the animatronic, because I want to see it work, because that would just be so impressive. The roller coaster itself is really fun. I love the backwards helix in the dark. That's actually pretty forceful. And the upward helix on the other side of the mountain going forwards is actually pretty fun as well. There's no airtime or anything, but it is an absolutely awesome Disney attraction. But moving on to number 1 is probably my favorite Disney ride of all time, if not one of my favorite Disney rides of all time. It is Flight of Passage. This is insane, dude. I love this ride so much. It's just such an emotional experience, and it's absolutely incredible. This absolutely feels like Disney magic to me. Like, it's just beautiful. It's insane. There are so many highlights in the ride film. Like, everyone talks about how you pause for one moment and you can feel the Banshee breathing underneath you, and that's just a really awesome visual. But after that, like, the music kicks in, and like the sun is setting in the background, and as you keep going, like, you see, it's just beautiful visually. There's a couple of drops that are really fun, and when you hit the finale and the music is swelling and you just see that beautiful sunset, it just makes me emotional, like, straight up. It's absolutely incredible. There's no other ride that hits me like that than Flight of Passage. It's just absolutely amazing. It's hard to put into words. Like, it's an emotional experience that you have to have, and I feel very fortunate that I've been able to experience this attraction so many times. Like, I rode it 3 times in 2024. Whenever I go to Florida, I have to try to ride Flight of Passage, even if I have to wait 2 hours for it. Like, I absolutely love this ride, dude. I can't put it into words. I know there's a decent chunk of people that think this ride is overrated, but I'm definitely not one of them. I am a Flight of Passage fanboy. I absolutely love this ride to death. If you want to talk about overrated rides, we should talk about Radiator Springs Racers, but that's just my opinion. So the top 2 at Animal Kingdom are absolutely incredible, and they both complement each other very well. So I'm sure when Dinosaur becomes an Indiana Jones attraction, that top 3 will be absolutely incredible. And then I'm hoping that Encanto Dark Ride is really good. I hope it is a trackless dark ride and not like an Omnimover or a boat ride. They haven't been very clear on the type of ride that it is going to be, so that's a little nerve-wracking. But I'm still very excited. My first wishlist video was actually about Animal Kingdom, so I definitely recommend that you check that out if you enjoyed this video. So thank you so much for watching, thank you for listening, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you later.